This is so important, probably one of the most important things in life. Like crazy important, more than almost everything. More than, the spouse that you're going to choose, more than how much money you're going to make, more than, your relationship with your family. Like this is really, really important, okay? And we're talking about knowing your values now. You might tell yourself like, what? Values? Okay, it's values is something nice. We talk about that sometimes, but when you understand that if you know your values, all of the other things we mentioned, everything can change in a second. So then you understand that values is not just another thing in life. It's the core of your life, and values will design the way your life looks. And there's a simple reason for that. The reason values are so important is because when you understand what are your values, so the rest, everything will change, okay? So you'll probably choose your spouse, a spouse that has similar values to you, okay? Right? You go out, you get to know them, amazing fun, but if you have totally different values, probably the relationship won't work, okay? You have to have some common values in order for your relationship to work, okay? Now, for same thing, in business. I spoke lately to a friend that he told me that, he started this business relationship with someone, and at the beginning everything went fine and was nice and almost pretty, we'll say pretty cool, going pretty good. But eventually, when things were going tough, then he saw, okay, wait, we have totally different values. And I would like to say that they just, they broke the business partnership and everything was fine, but it was much more difficult than that. So again, if you know your values and before you talk to each other and you know what values, your business partner has, what values do you have, again, your core values usually stay the same through life. So you could avoid, these type of breakups in business. Not only avoid, you could create amazing partnerships. Now, like I said, this has to do with choosing your spouse. This has to do with the business. It has to do with anything in life. When you understand what are your core values, you could have them guide you through life and go and achieve your goals. The core values will usually stay the same. They might improve. You might have the same value, but give it a different meaning. Okay, so for myself, for example, I had the value of relationship, but there was a time that I saw relationship is a certain way. When I say a certain way, it means that we all need to be, everything on the table from the beginning. We need to be just committed to the relationship, and I still think we need to be committed to the relationship and be honest and put everything on the table. But today I say, okay, relationship is really important, that value, but the way I approach it is different. So, okay, slowly, step by step, getting to know each other, improving, okay, our communication, and then there is time for everything. So just the way I approach that changes. Now, also in those core values, there are times in life that prioritize this more than that. So there are times that you'll prioritize probably more, your closer family, wife, kids, whatever. There are times you'll prioritize your parents. There are times that right now it's really important to earn more of a living, or maybe you always prioritize your work in connection with God. Each person, whatever it is for them, okay? But it's really important to understand whenever you have any type of debate in life, if you know what are your values, so you make it simple. Because, okay, I'm debating right now on this. Does this, does this attach with my values? Does this debate at all, do my values have any room in here? Now, if the answer is yes, okay, so ask yourself, so I want to do this next step. Does it match my values? Yes, amazing, no, no. Now, if your values are not at all in that debate, there isn't anything to talk about. Now, when you understand your values, not only that would help you, to make those right decisions, also after you made those decisions, you could always improve them based on your values. I'll give you an example of making those right decisions, okay? I was supposed to open this new business and go in with some new partners. Now, after we sat down and we had these, deep conversations, back and forth, and then we start talking about, okay, what happens in tough times. Now, it's easy to talk about that when you get to tough times. Also, what you said or I said I'll do, things might change. Now, because we're planning now to change, just because we react differently because we were never in that type of situation. But I realized that we both have different values when we're talking about these challenging times. And for me, challenging times is something that, we can learn from and grow and become much stronger. But if we're different values, will this make everything explode? No growth, just go down. Then from going down, you could come back up. But I told myself, like, why go through that? So I told him, listen, you're amazing people, thank you, but not for me. So I just kept on, okay? And then I took a different opportunity. So understanding your values is really crucial. It will help you, like we said, navigate your life, go through the challenges, make the right decisions. Hi, I hope this video is serving you. I just want to share with you that my belief in life is that you are here to serve a purpose greater than yourself. But in order to do that the best way, you must start with investing in yourself. Enjoy the rest of the video. The question is, how do you know what's your values? So a lot of your values came from home, and for some people it didn't come from home. But just you go inside and ask yourself, like, why are you doing whatever it is that you're doing in life? Your important things in life. And slowly answers will start to come. Okay, you could just also ask yourself, what are the most 3 important things in life? Now you might not have an answer at the beginning, but then if you ask again and again and again, and ask why is it important for you, eventually you'll understand what are those core values. Ask yourself, like, what are those values that you want to guide you through life? Now, when it comes to a relationship, this is really crucial. Any type of relationship, okay? So we spoke a lot until now about how are these values going to help you also in relationship, but also in any decision you need to make. Anything you need to do, just simplify it by asking, okay, does this fit my values? Yes, yes, like we said, no, no, or a little bit, and then you adjust according to your values. But something really important is choosing your spouse that has similar values. Now, I'm going to stop here for a second. Similar values doesn't mean that he or she has the exact same values as you. No, you might have also different values, and amazing. That could even be maybe much more interesting. That you have some shared values, okay, together, and some different ones, and you must respect each other, each one for their values, because the shared, they help you grow, and the different ones also help you learn from each other, because it's a person you respect. If you respect them, so learning why is this important for them can also help you learn things about yourself. So in any type of relationship, but especially when we're talking about a romantic relationship long term, you must find someone that has similar values than you. And again, it's fine if some are different, maybe even good, but at the core you must have similar values. Now, in addition to that, we might get here sometimes into a trap. I'm not talking only about relationship, I'm talking in general when we talk about values, because we just now said how values are so important and how they could guide us through life, be our compass, help us make decisions, find the right business relationship, the right partner. We said how important they are. So if they're so important, we might say, okay, well, if this is a really important value, that means also he, she, whatever, also need to have that type of value. Also, our family need to have it, also our friends need to have it, also our colleagues need to have these values. So over here you stop, okay? Cut. You have your values, they have their values, okay? Respect each other for that. The fact that you have a value doesn't mean anyone else needs to have that value. I was saying, you do you, I do me, as long as we respect each other. So yes, of course, we can learn from each other from the values. That's amazing, okay? If I also want to take part of your value, amazing. But the fact that you have a value or that I have a value doesn't mean that someone else has to have it, okay? So you stick to your values. Always ask yourself, okay, are these still my core values? Usually they don't change, but if they changed, so maybe the priority changed, or the way you approach them changed, or the meaning you gave that changed, okay? So the meaning for the connection with God could be one time talking to Him every morning and having gratitude, and then in a different time that would still be part of that meaning, but now it's okay, more serving other people, that you want them also to be closer to God, or whatever it is that you want, okay? If you don't believe in God, take a different example. So understand what are those values, always sharpen them, and then you'll see how you create for yourself a better life and you light your path and the path of the people surrounding you. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.